Hey everybody, this is MG Vids. Today we're talking F1 Race Stars, a really well done racing game on iOS. It's got some qualities that remind me a little bit of Mario Kart, so we thought we'd uh, give it a show today. It's currently featured in the App Store and free for download, so let's hop right in here to a track and race. Now, when you're going to a race, you can select a couple different bonuses, up to 3. You do pay coins for them. I'm not going to pick any for this one because my vehicle is already up to 130cc and this is a 50cc track. There are objectives to accomplish as you're racing. Some of them are just, drive a certain distance. You see, for instance, reach the podium. But the game also has a couple different, race styles. So maybe some are just, hey, you need to finish in first. There's another style where it's you can't finish last, right? It begins to eliminate racers. Now, why I really like this racing game on iOS devices, like a phone in particular, is that if you look at the controls, there's no gas or brake, right? So I am steering by tilting my device, and you can choose from a couple different choices. So joystick controls. I like just tilting my phone, but for playing on a small device like this, it would just be too much for me to be pressing gas, brake, turning, and going through all my power-ups. So you can see, like Mario Kart, I've picked up a couple of things. One, you can power slide into turns, and so on the left you'll see as I power slide I'm gaining boosts, okay, that I can then use. And on the right are the power-ups that I picked up, which in this case happen to be basically an orb that I'm dropping behind me, a bubble to capture my enemies in and slow them down. And if you remember, like Mario Kart, you might pick up, common was to pick up maybe like a green shell, right? And you carry it behind you to make sure that if somebody shoots a red shell at you, you can fend off that attack. Well, you can do the same thing here with the blue bubbles, for instance, or you can drop them to hit your opponents and slow them down. And so just from the power drifting and the kind of power-ups that you pick up on the track, it reminds me a lot of Mario Kart. One of the twists that they add to it is that if you saw along the way, there are banner flags that I can run through, and basically I'm paying coins to take a shortcut, right? So let's hop into another track here after I do my bonus spin to find out upgrades. Every driver you can equip, with up to 3 upgrades, and they go from common to basically, super rare or ultra rare. Got a couple spins here. I've got 3 equipped right now. If I can get an uncommon one, I would use that. Alright, refuel spots, got it. I'm going to hop into... So it goes through stages, right? Every stage is... So if stage 1's got like 4 tracks, then you finish off by going against the head driver in that track. So you can see I beat him, Max Chilton. Okay, so now I'm in stage 2. I've got 5 out of 12 stars. Next I'd be in stage 7. The daily challenge was on a basically... hey, be the last to be eliminated, so it keeps knocking off the last place person, which was really neat. I ended up finishing 2nd in that. So let's hop in here and race. Well, actually, here's the elimination right here. I'm sorry, so it wasn't on a daily challenge. The daily challenge, was a time trial, so you had to finish in a certain amount of time. This is don't be eliminated, be last to be eliminated. So basically finish in 1st place. Kind of a neat twist. So all these varieties of race styles that you can play through, to include also the refueling styles, add another dimension to the racing. So one, I think the game is well done for a few reasons. First, very easy to steer, tilting my device back and forth. I like not having to do a lot of stuff. Basically, I'm just using boosts and the power-ups that I pick up. It's taking care of the speed and gas, which I think is, a must when you're playing on a small device like this. Second, the graphics look awesome. The sound, everything plays really smooth. If anything, the load screens take a little while. That would be the one downside that I've noticed. I like that after you get through stages, you're challenging a boss, or in this case, like a pro driver, dropping a bubble back there, that you can apply upgrades to your drivers as well, and you're trying to collect between, common to really rare. I think is also a great twist. There's that forward bubble, maybe similar to like a... There is a version that tracks like a red shell from Mario Kart. That wasn't it. That's just going to ricochet all over the place like a green shell. See power sliding. When you're power sliding, you get those stars around you. that indicate, hey, you're building up basically a boost bonus. So we'll get deep into the turn. Oh, that was way too deep. So I'm far enough ahead right now where, there you go. Right, and then there's also this quality where you're trying to earn 3 stars in every level, and that's really cool too, that twist. So, you know, Mario Kart had that as well. Again, just all these little features add to the replayability of this game. It's very easy to pick up and play. One other downside along with the load speed is that your drivers, you basically build up an army of drivers, okay? So you start out with, I'll show you an initial, basically a fully covered driver, and then he has basically 3 red dots or 3 attempts to drive. And you can see the dots at the top, so go into the driver menu here. So this is the driver I was just using. I haven't put any upgrades on him, and he has 1 run left to go. If I change driver, I can go into the driver I started with. You see he's got all 3 to go, and he has his 3 upgrades on right there. So if you want to keep playing, you're going to have to keep, or if you want to play for a long period of time consecutively, you're going to have to keep picking up additional drivers. So you can see I was earning gems, but the next one's 175. Then 5,000 coins, which I can almost buy the Great Brit, but he's only got 2 stars. And then additional purchases along the way. $42 for that guy, which, you know, I'm not going to pay. So that does limit you initially for how long you can play, but, you know, you get gems pretty quickly. You see I was able to get that first driver right away. I'm almost at 5,000 coins to be able to buy the next driver. And so that's, you know, you'll be able to get more playtime. It's just I wish that wasn't maybe as big of a hindrance right out of the gates. But overall, this is F1 Race Stars, a really well done racing game that's just out in the App Store now. Take a look, download, give it a play. If you're, you know, a hardcore racer, okay, maybe the fact that it doesn't have gas and brake is going to go against you. But if you want something gamey like a Mario Kart that's got some of those qualities, this is definitely a free download style that you can play on your phone that I think you'll really enjoy. So this is MG Vids with a review. If you like what we've got, I want to continue to see more of our reviews and gameplay, please go ahead and subscribe. Thanks.